The world is changing.
51 years ago, the War of the Wilds came to a stalemate. The people of the Graynor Peninsula set all plant life ablaze to stop the Stranglehold and built a mighty wall to keep the wilds at bay. All the while, they sat atop their monument, never truly knowing why this all began. A likeness of peace blanketed the blasted lands.
1 year ago, it all changed. An ancient god, once bound by old magic, found himself free and took his vengeance as his shackles were shattered. The mountainous city of Bulwark paid a grave price, but in the wake of this destruction comes the first glimpses of the possibility for true and honest peace.
Our heroes venture from their familiar homeland into the fullness of what their world was before the war. A world they've touched, but never truly seen. They find themselves caught between a land that has tried to end their lives hundreds of times over, and a country they helped decimate.
Under the canopy, they seek glory, truth, and salvation. The world is changing, and their hands will guide it. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I continue to be your GM. Today, Zafiir and Jackson have a drink, while Mordecai goes it alone. Thank you to our backers Connor, Nate, and Kim for their support. It's been a while since we've mentioned it, but if this is your first episode or you know someone who wants to hop on in, we have a fantastic recap episode, which encompasses the 50 episodes of Season 1 down to a breezy 40-ish minutes. It's a great way to catch up and a great way to introduce folks to what we're doing here. And with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
I have a conspiracy theory that Spectrum, formerly known as Time Warner Cable, throttles my internet speeds until I go to speedtest.net, in which case they go, oh shit, he's going to check his speed, and then lifts the throttle. Like they have a flag on my IP to check for that website to pop up, and they lift it and let it go for a little while before they put the throttle back down.
I believe it. If I thought that Frontier had the forethought to be able to do that, then I would absolutely be checking that kind of thing, because I can never... One, I know my internet is like super slow to begin with, and I went with Frontier because I just wanted to not be with Time Warner, because it wasn't Spectrum when I got back, it was still Time Warner, and fuck Time Warner.
Yeah.
That being said, like...
now, Time Warner is Spectrum.
Yeah, and I'm sure nothing has... yeah, exactly. Nothing has changed. I am aware of this, but I do need to...
They're still blue. The color of
like,
their logo is still blue.
Yeah, I know the game they're playing, and that's fine, because at this point, I just need to be able to have reliable internet to do shit like this. Because I would like to start, like, streaming D&D or something at some point. I want to have that flexibility to be able to, like, grab a bunch of randos and play some D&D online. Yeah. And I can't do that.
Oh, hey.
Option.
Exactly.
So, talking about streams and stuff, Griff and I recorded... a pet shop yesterday, and it led to a very interesting point. We do this segment called Clash of the Creatures, where like if we get like a message from someone being like, hey, what would be the best creature for this or whatever, sometimes we'll pick, me and Griff will both pick one, and we'll make our cases for, we'll make our case for which we think is the best one, and then we put our Wacky Weekly Would You Rather out.
Could you say that 3 times?
But this week, Wacky Weekly, okay. Nope, I can't even say it once.
Nope, so, can't do it once.
But this week we just decided to do just which one would beat the fuck out of the other one. But unlike usual, we would let each other know which one we picked. We didn't. We didn't. Our to make sure we didn't pick the same one was, what page number are you on? Okay, we're not on the same page number, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
And like after we read through it, like we were like, "Ooh, this is real good." And should we just do it? Yeah.
We realize that there's a break where Zach's gear is going to be in Ohio, but the boy is going to be in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So we need to like make like a stopgap episode.
Sure.
We may just have a stopgap where we just stream /record us playing those monsters and just fighting.
I love it.
Just seeing who would kick each other's ass. And
do like an actual down and dirty grudge match, street fight, clash of the creatures.
Well, we picked the coolest combo where like mine would be broken against literally anything else. And so his has one thing to counteract my thing's one thing. And it's pretty baller. So stream things are fun.
We can talk about the women's national team winning the World Cup and the entire crowd breaking out into chants of equal pay, equal pay. Because that's where we are right now.
In like the world of professional soccer, like the women are amazing and the men can be kind of awful.
The women, correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, you're the soccer expert here, but amongst the four of us, but the women's team won 2 World Cups in a row, and the men's team failed to
the
qualify.
Men's team, the women's team has now won 4 World Cups, 4 women's World Cups, out of, I think there's only been like 12? Like
8, something like that.
There's not been many, and they've won a lot of them. And then they won 2 in a row, and they're doing things that haven't been done since the men's game before World War II. Like that's the kind of history we're talking about. Like they're setting records that it's not just records for women's soccer; they're records for soccer. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
awesome. But last time the men did not qualify for the last World Cup. They better qualify for the next one. Although they did have a pretty good run at the last tournament they were at, and then they lost to Mexico. But they made it to the final, so that's something. Yeah. But
what a fucking game, like, not only because of the performance of the USA women's team, but also of the Danish goalie, who was a fucking brick wall.
She was a brick wall. It was incredible. The best part, so she ends up winning the Golden Glove, the best keeper in the tournament, thoroughly deserved it. The best part, before the World Cup started, and I didn't know about this until after the game, before the World Cup started, she got cut from her team. She's a free agent right now. She's a free agent. She can go anywhere now and do whatever she wants.
For real, though.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Amazing. That's so good. If possible, can I do one more small thing?
Yes, but let me go ahead and get back to Jackson real quick. Jackson, what are you and Amare Dejani up to now?
We're just making our way to where Kyron pointed out, taking our time to get there, letting Amaria get the sense of what these people are and what they are now. Not really mingling, but trying to take things in without looking like tourists.
Absolutely. So as you move out from where you were, you move back into the more open market areas. Even as the sun is starting to set, you are overwhelmed with just not only the amount of people, but the variety. You were expecting to see shifters and Goliaths and maybe a changeling or two, and you're certainly seeing them, as well as elves. Your new kin are in no shortage here. But in addition to that, you're also seeing people that you wouldn't have maybe considered people back where you were from. Creatures like goblins, kobolds. You're taken aback when a man with a bull's head sticks his head out of one of the few permanent buildings out in the middle of the market, screaming that he has a fresh sweetbread for anybody who is able to bring him some fresh pork the quickest. And a small man that looks like almost like a halfling version of a dragonborn rushes by you with a basket laden with pork belly, almost like knocks you aside as he busts inside of this bakery that you're walking by. You're also seeing a really wide variety of animals too. Sure, you've got horses and some really big riding dogs and boars for folks of shorter stature, but you're also seeing animals you haven't seen before, most notably these large bat-like creatures that don't have wings but have long spindly arms. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
13.
I'm interested.
Okay. Let me take a look here at something.
What are they? I want to know.
As you're looking at this for lack of a better term, stable of terrifying horse-sized bats, you see Chiron inside that stable having a very stern conversation with an elf, probably about twice his size.
I will just kind of hang back and not get myself in Chiron's business unless it looks like I could actually do something for him.
You see, the conversation doesn't last much longer. He points his finger up at this elf several times, waggling it, and then in a huff reaches into his vest and pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to the elf. He unfurls it, and you can tell even at this distance, this isn't just paper, this is vellum, this is skin, whatever this was, this is important. And he looks it over, he rolls his eyes, sighs, and nods to Chiron, and Chiron takes off. Do you try to approach him?
Chiron?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not trying to hide.
Sure. As he walks out, you kind of give him a little wave, and he waves back and jovially walks on over to you. Ah, there you are. How you doing?
Good. Taking in the sights and the smells.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, especially out towards the hard crafters. That's some sour shit out there. Sometimes literally.
There's a lot of things and creatures and people here that don't exist on the other side.
No, I imagine not. My kin's been here for a little while, so I've only heard stories of, well, folk like you that have come on over here, but,
I point at the bat thing, and I say, I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called?
Mm-hmm.
And can I ride one?
The answer to your first question is it is a Chiropstrider.
Chiropstrider.
Bless you. A Chiropstrider.
The answer to your second question is yes. In fact, we're going to have to. I'll be keeping on Ignatius, but good old Iggy is quite good at navigating the thicker forests. But if y'all want to keep up with Ig, then you're going to need those. They're notably good for getting through those tight spots there without much trouble.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
wonderful.
We'll be back tomorrow, and y'all can snag your mounts, and we'll take off from there.
Sounds good to me. Let's go find, where are we going?
The ill-kept keep, and it's just over here.
All right. Is that...
Mm-hmm.
Look, is this a building or a tent?
It's a collection of tents. Come on,
all right.
follow me.
All right.
And
we follow him to the harem tent.
To sit in solemn silence in an ill-kept keep.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, all right. I was mad at first, but I'm here for it.
That's pretty good.
So you follow Chiron over to your destination, and it is a series of tents that is kind of cordoned off by a single large one with a roped fence going around it almost. The initial tent that you walk into is sturdy and lavish. It is a few stones away itself from being a permanent installation. There is a pretty much a walk-through area, like a hotel lobby, and you can see as the tent flaps in the breeze that there are multiple tents stationed outside beyond where you are. Chiron has a quick discussion with the gnome sitting on top of the desk as you walk in, and he grabs several flags, one of which he hands to you. These mark that we're supposed to be here.
Okay.
It's all we stay in the tent that's this color, and he points to the flap itself.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's like our key marker.
Exactly. It helps us find the place, shows that we're supposed to be here. They send guards through every so often just to make sure they don't have somebody taking unpaid lodgings in the tents.
That would not be great for business, I would imagine.
Not terribly.
So where are we? Second floor, third floor, left hand blue. Okay.
There we go. Okay, you got there. I'm proud of you.
Left hand, left blue. Oh, there's a lot of tents back here.
Almaria Dejani leans over. Other left friend.
You know, I wondered if blue just meant something different over here.
And he just kind of tilts his head and walks off in the proper direction.
It's a real question. We have different gods. We all look different. I follow.
And Zafiir and Mordecai, the two of you, initially utterly lost as to where you were supposed to be going, because Kyron is not a details kind of dude, are able to quickly hone in on Jackson's voice. The two of you meet up with Master B as he arrives as well, and Kyron hands you your flags.
I did have one small thing I wanted to do.
Sure.
Still.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Go for it.
And I want to I'll be separating off from Zafiir.
Okay.
I'll meet you and everyone else at the keep.
Beautiful.
I wanted to check on something.
Cool. I will see you there.
Yeah. Kind of seeing where Jackson, the general direction he wandered off to when we went shopping. I want to head in that direction, and I imagine I would stumble upon the same shrines.
Absolutely.
To the Lords of the Forest.
They are not hidden. The Hardcrafters district is one long, relatively permanent road, and the temple is there. And you can see a handful of cleric doing a little bit of base magics around the edge of the shrine itself.
I don't want to get too close.
Sure.
But I find the one to Mavo.
Okay.
And I kind of have my hand in my pocket where I have the Mavo amulet I sniped.
From my bundle.
Just thumbing it.
Sure.
As I'm watching the clerics.
Okay.
Are they shifters? Are they, is there any shifters among them?
There's 3 of them. There are 3 clerics. One of them is a shifter. The other one appears to be human. There is another one that seems to be of a shorter race, but of a green complexion that you're not super familiar with what that might be. Maybe a goblinoid ancestry? Hard to tell.
I'm just kind of watching. I'm getting a sense of what they're wearing. Their garb. I'm trying to kind of absorb any sort of Mavo iconography.
Not specifically from these folk. You are seeing very plain gray and brown robes, maybe a hint of green here and there. They are servants of the whole pantheon, best as you can tell.
Okay. I'm just kind of... It's just a weird moment of wanting to know more for strange, macabre reasons. And Mordecai kind of gets cold feet and dips off.
You wander off, and you, of course, smell that same incredibly sour smell that you were able to catch a whiff of when you first got here. As you walk back away into the plains area of the market, it does fade relatively quickly as you put a couple of shops and stalls in between you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go rejoin the rest.
Okay. You get back to the ill-kept keep. It takes you a little while. Jackson isn't shouting about directions anymore.
I track him down eventually, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got a pretty good idea of where it is, and once what you actually find before the actual main entrance of the tent is the actual border, and you're able to trace it around. As you're following it around, you're actually able to pick up something kind of neat. Is that at one time this appears to have been some kind of structure. You're able to see a couple of pieces of stone that look to be carved, a couple of cairns, for lack of a better term at this point, stones that were at one point maybe a part of a larger wall that over time with wear and tear of nature and humanity have been worn down and incorporated into the tents themselves.
I'm going to find a piece of stone real quick.
Uh-huh.
That's maybe, like, not in direct view of the main path.
Sure.
I'm going to take out the stamp.
Okay.
I'm going to stamp a rock.
Absolutely. You stamp
the
rock.
And I'm going to whisper under my breath, the Wanderer was here.
All right. That knot of snakes, which suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, looks suspiciously like a knot of roads.
Yes! That's exactly what I wanted.
You slip it back into your pack, and you make your way the long way around into the main tent, and you explain your situation, and somebody goes and gets Kyron, and Kyron comes and gets you, and it's a whole thing. But you are able to all reconvene at a brightly colored blue tent. It has one massive wall of it is made up of one of these stone walls that seems to have been here from a time long forgotten, and the rest of you are able to convene inside. Chiron explains that there is a central tent that has food and drink for the thirsty, hungry, and weary. Should you want it, it is included with your tent ticket here. And you
continental breakfast.
Exactly. But you have the evening to yourselves.
Mordecai, you're here. Great.
Hey, sorry.
No, this is so important.
What's up?
I didn't find. I kind of found Chiron, and he was already doing something. But I found the bats that run.
I leave. I leave a Mordecai-shaped dust cloud. No, I come back.
They're bats that run, but they don't have wings. But they're that doesn't make any goddamn sense at all, does it? That doesn't make it. And no, they look awesome, and they're what we're gonna ride, is what Chiron said, right, Chiron?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be no more horses and carts for us.
Hey, DM. If once Mordecai gets a gander at these beautiful creatures, would I be able to wild shape into one?
Eventually.
Okay.
You did this, Greenlee.
I did this. Nope, this is my own fault.
You got a druid in the party, homie.
It is.
Chase, I think what I'm going to do is with the night, I wanted to see if like anyone's, there's like a minstrel or a bard like playing music anywhere.
Sure.
And I think, like, Zafiir's gonna grab a drink, some food, and just sit and listen and, like, hear some, like, stories and songs about the wilds.
Absolutely.
Try to kind of pick up on some history.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jackson, what are you doing tonight?
Kind of what I already did. I want to see if night out here is if there's nightlife to the town or not.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of the same thing as earlier, just kind of walking around, taking in what the culture is, what the day-to-day life is like. I do make a point of reverse. Hey, Gary, I know you take care of yourself and everything, but maybe get your hunting done now.
That ain't I.
Don't wait for night. We don't know what's all out there.
Baron, say sai.
Any place that smells this bad, let me tell you, something stinks. Something is rotten in the state of Sangay.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. All right. Gary, where does Gary ride, typically?
I imagine he kind of intertwines himself between, like, the breastplate, the top of the breastplate and the tabard, and kind of has formed a little nook for himself, like, kind of in the hood by the back of my neck.
Gotcha. Okay, so he's like kind of on the back there hanging out.
Yeah, so that
out.
he can
cool.
chill out there, but also so he can like disappear into if need be.
Absolutely. Gary loosens himself from you and he shakes himself out. He spreads his beautiful wings, slips out not through the main door, but through a side flap underneath the tent, and he is gone.
Master B, is it a state? Do they have states out here? What is I mean, there's cities, and then there's states, and then there's...
Well, no, not so much a state. It's more of a collective, an agreement, a commonwealth.
Okay.
It's quite literally a commonwealth.
It's a commonwealth, okay.
It is a wealth for the common good.
Okay. They're communal and everything, and are they communists?
No, they're about as capitalist as you can get out here.
Okay, I didn't think so. The market tells me that that's not what this is, but commonwealth, those two words are very close. I was a little confused.
It's understandable. It's the nomenclature's confusing.
Nomenclature, man.
What are you going to do about the nomenclature?
Try to learn it.
Yes, actually, that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to try and figure this out.
Correct answer, 5 points to Mr. Silver.
Yes! Those are the first points I've gotten.
It's been a minute.
It's the first points Mordecai's ever awarded. There's a new currency in place now of Mord points.
TM.
TM.
And Mordecai, what are you doing?
I'm going to make in the spirit of Master B, down in the forebearer chamber, I'm going to make a curiosity roll.
Okay, go for it.
No.
to 19.
Is that good or bad?
I'm gonna go back to the Mavo Shrine.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I think against my better judgment,
Certainly.
I'm gonna go back to the Mavo Shrine.
Absolutely against your better judgment.
Why are you doing this at night?
Because I lost the gumption in the part of the day during the daytime, and Mordecai we talk about Jackson's low intelligence. Mine's only 10. Mordecai's not and his low charisma. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed necessarily.
Nah, he cannot read a room and barely read a book.
Yeah, Mordecai's pretty aloof, all things considered.
This is a far more compelling narrative, though. Yes, please. Let's do this thing.
Yes,
please.
I'm going to track that dice.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go back to the Mavo Shrine.
Okay, we are going to start with, because we just did your thing, we're going to go ahead and start with the other two guys. Because the Zafiir and Jackson, the two of you wanting to take in the world around you itself, for the two of you, makes the most sense to go ahead and actually go to the common tent in the center.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sure.
So the two of you go and they have a nice stew going on the pot that they are happy to ladle out for you. They have some wine available for drink as well, not quite so much in the beer line, no ales or anything, but with the abundance of fruit in the area, there is more than enough wine to go around.
That sounds perfect, yes.
They've got a peach wine and a straw blue wine and what's an Zafiir? What's an apple teeny?
That is not wine. It is you need some certain types of liquor for that.
Hard
Yes,
liquor.
I would love do you have a pomegranate wine? I would love a pomegranate wine.
The bartender is a female shifter standing behind the bar, and she gives you a wink and is like, I think I might be able to get something for you. I will let you know that the special right now is an apple mead that is just, and she just kind of does a chef kiss. Divine.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I think this is. I turn to Jackson and go, I think this will be as close to an appletini as you'll get tonight.
Great, you pick. You're the man of refinement here. I just drink.
Madam Midas.
Absolutely. And she happily grabs some wine glasses and goes to a barrel behind her. And it's a nice, big, healthy barrel. And she pours a couple of glasses of wine and sets them out before you.
I love me a healthy barrel.
I put 2 gold down on the counter and I slide them across. I'm like, for you. And I grab the drinks and I turn around all smooth.
Well, thank you very much.
Just all smooth.
As Zafiir walks back, I just kind of I take the drink and go to follow, but before I do, I turn back to the bar and go, he's single, and follow Zafiir.
Have you met Zafiir?
I just restarted watching that series. I didn't know it was on Hulu, but it's on Hulu.
How's it hold up?
Hooray, Hulu!
I was really digging it.
All right.
There was a bit I hadn't thought of in a while, and it's that I think it's maybe the third episode where Marshall and Lily had just gotten engaged, and that's when Ted and Barney go to Philadelphia.
That's really like the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, and Marshall wants to go, and so he's driving back and forth because they're like, we're going, we're not going. Lily's out with Robin, and it's like, Robin's getting hit on by all these guys, and I'm not. And he's like, it's because you have your ring on. If you took that off, you'd have guys all over you. Yeah, just go for it.
Just take off the ring.
And she does, but then he gets iffy about it and runs up, and like some guy's like rubbing her butt because she like sat in like a grape or something.
And
he's like, what up, man? And like he's like about to fight him a bunch, and then Lily's like, Marshall, he's like, oh my god, thank you. I've never been in a fight before, and like hugs the guy.
It's a good bit.
I was like, it's a good bit.
Yeah, Cassie and I were talking the other night about if that show would hold up or not. Anyways, you both grab your apple meads and you sit down in your taking in different aspects of what's going on. Zafiir, there is a bard here. It's a minstrel playing a lute that is very, very beautifully carved. Lutes are kind of hard to come by back on the other side of the wall just because they're made of wood. And coming upon wood, let alone wood that can be used for something that broaches on frivolity, that's a rare thing. But this thing doesn't seem to be carved. It's almost grown.
Ooh, that's interesting.
The bard is singing a song that you're not familiar with. Even the words seem to be lost. It seems to be sung in an old tongue.
Can I cast Comprehend Languages?
Well, fine. You cast Comprehend?
Yes. Tell me the lyrics.
Fucking no. Maybe later. I'm not a lyricist. You jag.
You wrote a whole sonnet. It was good.
Yeah, but that was across multiple days at work when I should have been selling home equity lines of credit.
You're not a freestyler.
Exactly. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna cast it just so I can kind of get the gist.
Yeah, you are able to understand it. You are getting that it's a love song.
No,
it's a love song. It's a song about how two young sweeties are growing up together and they're gonna get married, and the song is on their wedding day.
I give a wink to the bartender. Why not? While the songs are playing.
Yep. Let's take a look here.
First, did I hear right? She was a shifter woman.
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
The first shifter woman we bump into, and you're going to snipe that from me.
I mean, she was being flirty first.
Fine, it's her job, Zafiir. She's just doing her job. Not every person she's.
Zafiir, I would like you to roll me a whatever you want to roll for seduction.
Oh, performance.
Okay,
please.
Yes, do it.
Yep,
do it.
It's a 25.
Yes,
somewhere, Bilga smiles.
The two of you are making eyes at each other, to the point that you don't notice the thing that Jackson does, because while you are listening to the song and reading one very specific part of the room, Jackson is actually making an attempt to read the room writ large. You're picking up a lot of the same things that you saw earlier. People are here to take a break from surviving and enjoying thriving for just a moment. The chairs and really everything here, very comfortable, very warm. The night chill is really setting in here, outside at least, but inside this tent and even your tent back on the other side, everything is nice and warm and comfortable. Snow has not yet begun to fall, but the clouds in the sky did start to gather in strength over the afternoon. As you sit and watch, the crowd gathering, the big thing that you notice is that a group of very ruggedly dressed individuals walk in. They don't seem to be the bandit type. There's more to them than that. They move with purpose around the bar. All four of them. A shifter, a Goliath, a changeling in its natural state, clearly not shifted into anything else, and even a goblin, move around and talk to people. One of their number makes their way over to your table. Mordecai. Night has fully set in at this point as you walk towards the Hardcrafters district. It's cold out now. The sun that was beating down on you and keeping the winter chill at bay is now gone, and you are left with nothing to guide your way except torchlights provided by the shops nearby. The moon is obscured tonight by heavy cloud cover. It's probably going to snow soon. Hard to say. You make your way back to the shrine. It is even less populated now than it was a few hours ago. Just a single priest is there, and they are dozing at the center pulpit. You go in and...
Well, hang on.
Okay, I'm hanging on.
Okay, I made another roll. I think Mordecai, he doesn't entirely get cold feet again, but he pauses within eyesight at a distance and just kind of like... his foot is tapping and just kind of, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Here's what I'm going to do.
Sure.
I'm going to... This is weird, but go with me. I'm going to put on the Mavo amulet.
Okay.
I am then going to wild shape into just a normal wolf, not a dire wolf.
Okay.
And make it so that the amulet is still around my neck.
Whoa.
And I'm going to slowly, not threateningly in any fashion, but I'm going to start padding toward the priest who's sitting there.
The priest appears to be a halfling.
Okay.
And as you pad on up, the priest, who has been trying very hard to not fall asleep, sits bolt upright and is scared for a moment until he sees the amulet around your neck. Hello there, boy. What you doing here? What you doing here, boy?
I kind of pad past him into the closer to like the actual physical shrine.
Sure.
And kind of look back at the priest, just kind of waiting for him, seeing how he responds to this.
The two of you look at each other for a solid minute, just sizing each other up. This guy is older, and you can tell that this has never happened to him before.
Okay.
Eventually, he follows you over to the Shrine of Mob. He joins you sitting at the first row of pews.
Oh, God. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go to the other end of the pew that he's sitting in. I'm going to climb up onto it, and I'm going to wild shape out back to Mordecai.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. Oh. Hi.
Hi.
What? Why? Why is a good one to start with? Yes.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm here. But there's some part of me that feels the need to learn more about the Lord of the Pack, so I feel like a wolf was appropriate.
True enough. He does prefer that form frequently, and you can see the trunk is inlaid with pack animals, and wolves are chief among them, but you are also seeing other ones. You see a couple of larger cats. You're seeing another type of dog that distinct from a wolf in a way that you're not terribly familiar with, and you're seeing a couple of different types of monkeys as well.
Okay. This is unfamiliar territory for me. At risk of sounding of asking a question with too simple of an answer, what does Mavo mean to my people? I know that various peoples and their ancestries connect to different deities and spirits, and did we come from him, my people?
That's a...
I know. It's not something you can answer in a sentence.
You're new here.
Yeah.
The Shifters have always had a closeness with Mavo. I'm not surprised that you're feeling a calling here. He is enigmatic in a way. He's the father of family. He watches over collections of people moving towards a common good. Friends, armies, cars, tets, it's everything moving towards a common goal, a team effort. That team is often born of blood, whether it is shed or shared.
What is that goal? Do you know?
I don't. There are those that say that the Lords are moving towards a specific goal, something that they are building towards and wanting to do. There are others that are just want to think that they are just moving towards a collective good, an end harmonious state where we can all live in consort with nature. Oh, excuse me. a moment, I do have to. And he goes and he waves his hands along the borders, and you're able to actually detect the smell that has been leaking in and getting worse as the night has worn on actually deadens a bit as he's doing this.
Keeping up the wards.
Sorry about that. It is kind of awful back here in the past several months.
It's all right. And I kind of start to play with the Mavo amulet around my neck. If Mavo is the father of family and is trying to pull people toward a goal, he needs people to do that, right?
He does, and he has them.
Is that why Mavo took my brother from me? I lost a brother to the Forest Lords. And I just think it's a little ironic that the father of family would take one from mine.
At that, this halfling kind of puts his head in his hands and just kind of covers his mouth, and he looks up at the shrine. It's hard to say. I'm not going to lie and pretend to give you a great answer about how all things serve the greater pack, and about how, even in the darkest times, there is good to be found in the growth against adversity. I won't dishonor you, stranger, that way. Losing family is awful. I've lost folk as well, probably in similar skirmishes. Fell to, I imagine, those of your ilk.
He nods.
I can't sit here and pretend to tell you that I have all of the answers. I have a very small view of the picture. But I can tell you that Mavo has a greater view of the picture. And a family rent apart once is a family that can be reformed beyond. It sounds trite, I know, but it is the truth that I believe that we are all destined to meet again.
Mordecai doesn't ruck with that. He stands up kind of suddenly, kind of looks around awkwardly, pacing, and just for a minute, and he says, I'm sorry, I should never have come here. Thank you for your time. And I'll shift back into wolf and start leaving.
You see this halfling's face fall. His posture echoes that, but he doesn't try to stop you.
Okay. I get just a distance away, not far, probably just on the outskirts of the market. I shift back and just kind of find a tree or something to sit against and just kind of ponder. I rip the amulet off my neck and shove it back in my bag.
Jackson and Zafiir. A shifter walks over to the table. He's big and burly and has a large afro of hair, and he reaches out his hand to you. Greetings, stranger. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Jackson. I reach out and shake his hand.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Atticus. Excellent. An uncommon name this way. Are you, you're new here then?
Yep, heading down to Lee with friends here.
Excellent. Welcome to the other side. I'm sorry you've come at such an inopportune time.
Inopportune? I think
well,
the mead is wonderful. The song is, I don't understand it, but it is a good song. I know what a bad song is now. There was this whole thing where we went around with a troupe, and there were some songs, and I know what a bad song is now.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about the plague that is taking the northern part of town within the woods. I'm sure you could smell it from here.
The smell, yes. The black smell.
Yes, exactly. The black smell.
It's bad. You should do something about it.
Well, I'm planning on it, and frankly, I was wondering if you and maybe your hearty companions here would be willing to join us in that endeavor.
What is the endeavor?
Well, we seek to destroy whatever it is at the heart of the smell and purify the Tanner's Bog itself in order to make it so that part of town is once again habitable.
Are you talking about destroying buildings and people's livelihoods, or are you talking
No,
about cleaning
no.
up a muck?
Cleaning up the muck and whatever lies at the heart of it. My companions and I firmly believe that there is some sort of creature within it. Something that's seeking to do ill will towards us and, the rest of the town at large.
That would not be great. When are you looking to do this? Because we're on a bit of a schedule.
Tonight, if possible. One of my companions here is a right whip crack with some light spells, and the other ones are sturdy folk in their own right. We would be, of course, more than willing to compensate anybody who was willing to help us out, but hereabouts we are having a difficult time doing so.
Well, Zafiir, and I hit Zafiir a couple times. Zafiir, Zafiir.
What?
I know you're doing something. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, this is Atticus.
I'll reach across Jackson with a hand out.
Well met.
Do a little shaky shake. It's very good to meet you. I'm Zafiir. You are?
The name's Atticus. My companions, and he points around the room. The changeling over there, that's Timon. The Goliath, the big fella, that's Platon. And my diminutive friend, who I can't seem to see right now, is Meliton.
They are looking for some help in getting rid of the smell.
Oh, that is awful.
I'm glad you agree.
My goodness. It was like walking into the town and just my face.
Just right there.
It's true.
The stank.
You can't help it.
The stank. The stank is very bad, yes. So you need help with it? Should I grab, cleaning supplies? Or?
Well, if it's just cleaning, frankly, I think the four of us could handle it, but we've seen evidence that there is something growing within the heart of the muck.
Oh, you think like a creature or something?
Yes.
That would make sense. Beautiful. Well, I'm sure my friend here, and I will, gesture to Jackson, has probably informed you we are on a bit of a schedule. Are you looking to do this
tonight, if possible? If you and your companions are willing to journey with us and make quick work of this thing, we would be more than happy to do what we can to aid you going forward.
Beautiful. Well, I could be ready within the hour if we can find our other friend who seemed to have taken off.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you want to get Mordecai? I'll go get the others if you want to get Mordecai, and then we'll meet back here in 20.
That would be perfect. Yes. I'll look up to Rogar and be like, Rogar, will you go and track down Mordecai, whatever he is?
Rogar blows a raspberry and then rolls off of your head, somehow manages to roll that roll into landing on his feet, and scurries out from underneath the tent flap with a supernatural quickness. About 10 minutes later, Mordecai, as you are brooding beneath a tree, Rogar comes running up to you and starts tugging at your pant leg.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, no, he sort of skips up your knee and then shoulder and head and tries to ratatouille you.
Okay, easy.
Grabs on and it's let's go.
Easy on the beard.
Yes, he's grabbing your beard.
Does Zafiir need something? Is that what's up? Okay. I get up. I very gently pluck him from my beard. Let go of him in the air because he can fly. Let's go.
Yep.
Cool.
I panic for half a second as he doesn't catch his wings right away.
Right.
And oh god, I dropped the baby.
What have I done?
Mud baby, no.
Mud baby, no.
Mud baby, yes.
Mud baby.
As Zafiir sends Rogar away, I down the rest of the mead and turn to walk to find Amareya and Master B. And as I go, I turn my back to Zafiir and make eye contact with the bartender. Just big old grin, double thumbs up. Yeah? And I'll go find them.
Oh, fantastic.
She looks, sighs, and does a single thumbs up hard on the bar.
Nice.
You go over to your other two companions who are trying to make themselves discreet as possible.
Hey, there's a group of concerned individuals that are trying to get rid of the smell, and they think there's a creature behind it in the muck from all the leatherworking and everything. They think there's something afoot. I don't think we're talking about blowing up buildings and destroying livelihoods, but they think something's mutated out of that. So we're going to help. Do you guys want to come with, or do you want to hold down the tent?
I think I will be better served here. While I appreciate your bodyguarding skills, I think I have a tendency to get in the way when you are involved.
Well, that is my job, but...
I know. I know it is, and I appreciate it. But if you want to face this thing at your full effectiveness, then I best stay behind, and I best keep our charming friend here with me as well.
Okay. That works.
Master B nods. Someone has to take care of things if things go south for y'all.
I don't think we're going south. I think it's north, but either way, actually, I don't know.
The pair of them look at each other and just pause and then continue with the conversation.
Well, we're supposed to be quick about this. We're just going there, taking care of it, coming right back, and it's not too far. So we should be back by dawn, I'd imagine. If we're not, then that would really suck. If things don't get great, I'll send Gary back.
All right, very good. Very good.
All right. See you in the morning.
See ya.
I walk back to Zafiir.
Yeah, I'm hanging out, waiting for Mordecai. Before I leave, Zafiir puts one of those business cards of his on the counter, but Johnson is crossed out and Shenistelius is written above it.
Oh, I love it. Very good. Very good. Absolutely, you do that. She takes a look at your card, flips it over, and she slides one back to you.
Ooh. She also has business cards. Oh, I like it, a lady who's prepared.
It says on top, Aquila, barmaid, sommelier.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
And there is a swatch of cloth adhered to the business card that seems to correspond with a tent here in the ill-kept keep.
Oh, I'm in.
Mordecai walks into the bar and says like, okay, Zaf, here's your mud baby back. Looks behind the bar. Oh, who's she?
No. I like put like my hand on your chest and just push you back towards the table I was at. I'm like, Dibs, my friend, Dibs. I've already done the groundwork. Sorry, man. Hey, granted, she started it.
Zafiir.
Hey, I just roll where the wind takes me, baby. We're on the other side of the wall. There's going to be shifter ladies everywhere.
This is literally the first one we've seen.
Well, if we're talking about shifter ladies, you have a lot of sisters, Mordecai.
You came in on the conversation late. I will forgive that.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. What's up? What's the deal? Why did Drogar come pull me out of my very cool thing I was doing?
That smell?
We're going to go kill the thing that makes
We're going
it.
to kill the smell?
I don't know. Our friend here, Atticus, can explain it a little bit better, I think.
Oh.
Atticus.
Zafiir.
Atticus. I think I step a little close and just like size the not threateningly, but just like sizing him up.
Okay.
He's a shifter.
Make an insight
game
check.
recognized game. Okay.
Is this your Magnus? Is he bigger than me moment?
This is my is he bigger than me
Your
moment.
Magnus Burnside. Does he look like he's stronger than me?
It's a 15 insight.
He is clearly a capable druid. With his afro, he is a little bit taller than you.
Ooh, and he's a druid.
But I arms lightly crossed, kind of just standing, looking him up and down, just kind of. It's not a dig, but it's like a all right. Hi,
Hello.
Mordecai.
Atticus.
Nice get up.
Likewise.
Zafiir's doing like the look one way, look the other, look one way, look
Yeah.
the
Paul
other.
guys, yeah.
And Jackson is watching you do it, and so you're watching the two of them, and Jackson's doing all three, and it's a really weird anime moment.
Yeah.
Mordecai does like stand up a little straighter.
Yeah, you sort of
Chest is out,
Okay.
just a
swinging that
tad.
posture. Yeah.
Maybe just like chest.
He matches your stance. He also stands up a little bit straighter and puffs out.
Okay.
I rolled a high perception and a low charisma, so he did notice, and he does care.
Seeing that, I'm playing along and like really big push out my chest. And like arms on like hands on the hips.
He plays along and puts his hands on the back of his head and like starts pushing out. He claps you on the back.
Yep. Nice to meet you, Atticus.
Likewise.
Is this a shifter thing, Zafiir? I don't know what's happening.
I just look at Jackson. I'm like, yes.
It's a
it
shifter
is.
thing. Okay.
What are we killing?
Don't know yet. It's
Awesome.
something bad, something smells bad.
Sounds good. Let's rock and roll.
So it'll be the three of you then?
Yeah.
All right.
I look up to Rogue. I go, the four of us.
Fine. The four of us.
Well, 5 if you count, and Gary pokes his head out.
Oh, yes. The 5 of us.
And then I pull out the stone form of Benjamina, the 6.
He laughs and shakes his head and raises his fingers in the air and snaps them 3 times, and they are uncommonly loud snaps. He's clearly using some kind of magic to make them echo. The changeling, the Goliath, and the goblin all join back up. All right.
I'm in. That sounds great. Let's do this.
All right. Let's head out. Any last minute prep for you all? Because we're good. We're ready to roll.
I do like the cell phone wallet keys like
The
pant
3
tabs.
pocket pat.
Yeah, the 3 pocket pat, and I'm like, no, I think I'm good to go.
Side,
I
butt.
pull out.
okay.
I
Let's
pull
do this.
out my weapon and preload it. I'm ready. I'm ready to paintball some motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah,
Damn it,
forgot
I
about that.
did give you that.
I thought you
I
said
do the-
like meant you were gonna like Henry Cavill in the new Mission Impossible movie, like cock your arms.
I was literally just about to say that. I was literally just about to say I reload my biceps.
So you're saying I beat you to the punch?
Game.
The whole crew of you walk out, and you are a formidable looking squad. You are 7 strong right now. You walk in this moonless night out into the to the edge of the woods, to the Hardcrafters district. And the smell is just as bad now, if not worse, because during the day, at least, there are wizards walking everywhere, casting prestidigitation to make the air smell a little more palatable. But this time of night, there's nobody, and it just reeks. You make your way towards the largest building that you have seen out this way. From the signage on the building, you can tell that it is some kind of tannery. You make your way around the side, and you get your first real glimpse at Tanner's Bog. It is awful. Plant life is dying here, if not already dead, from what you can see by the light provided originally by the torches, and then soon enough by Meleton, the goblin, as he snaps his fingers and produces some light for you all to see by.
Yeah, I've got to produce flame in my hand.
He casts dancing lights, and they cover the area.
Nice.
Cool.
And you are able to see the black and rotting plant life just decaying where it stands. Where there once were trees, there are now half-gone logs. There are not even bugs. For all the life you have seen here and in your journey in, this is a dead zone. Except for a single burble of gas escaping the swamp. Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and on Facebook at facebook.com/anotherpathpodcast. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/anotherpath. Special thanks to our donor Nathan N. or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Ryan at Ryan_Albrecht, Griffin at Griffgold, and Zach at that guy Zach Robb. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember to bring your waders.